Small steps today plant the seeds of tomorrow's victories. Focus hard where it matters and watch your future expand before your eyes. Don't wait for permission. Carve your own runway and blaze your own path. Hustle quietly, grind patiently, and let your results shout for you when the time is right. Small, consistent steps now plant the seeds for tomorrow's breakthroughs, but only if you ditch comfort and chase legacy instead. Stop chasing approval or the easy route. Start chasing greatness, purpose, and the version of you that's built to rise. Let's begin with a truth many don't want to face. Right now, your life is simply a reflection of what you've accepted. The body you're in, the relationships you're stuck in, the money in your bank, the joy or pain you feel each day. They're all shaped by what you've tolerated. That's the unfiltered truth. And if you're honest, you've tolerated far too much. You've tolerated stress, excuses, distractions, and every single day you let that slide, you trade away a life you could have built. You don't have time to waste. None of us do. Your future isn't waiting politely in a corner while you figure things out. It's slipping second by second. And the cost of staying the same? Brutal. It's years lost forever. It's dreams that never see daylight. It's regret, the kind that chokes you when you realize you could have been more, but you chose to be less. I'm not here to give you pep talk fluff. I'm here to give you an intervention, because if you keep living the same way you've been living, you'll keep getting the same results. And if that shakes you, good, that's the point. It begins here. Where you aim your focus, your life will follow. Where your focus goes, life flows. Let that sink in, not just a nod. Feel it deep. Your entire life, every result you see, every bond, every ounce of joy or pain, it traces back to this one truth. Where your focus lands, life flows. Right now, this second, your focus is writing the story of your reality. Maybe you think it's about circumstances. Maybe you believe it's luck. Maybe you blame the economy, your upbringing, the government. You're wrong. It's about direction, because two people can stand side by side in the same situation, same environment, same ups and downs, and one will drown while the other soars. One will be paralyzed by fear and stress, another bursting with passion and possibility. Same world, same conditions, same storms, different horizon. Why? Because their focus was different. Your mind is like a camera lens. Pointed at garbage, you magnify garbage. Pointed at beauty, you magnify beauty. Here's the wild part. You're always magnifying something. Always. There is no off switch on that lens. You can't say ill focus later. No, every second, consciously or unconsciously, you are focusing on something. And that shape, your focus, molds how you feel, how you behave, what you build. Hear this. If you're focused on what's missing, you'll always feel empty. Focus on what's wrong. You'll always feel broken. But shift your eyes to what's working, to what's possible, to what you can control, and your life expands. Your energy widens. Your certainty rises. Suddenly, what once felt impossible begins to whisper, inevitable. Because where focus goes, life flows. Many of you aren't chasing dreams, not because you lack what it takes, but because your mind's been hijacked by distraction. You let your attention splinter into 1,000 pieces, scrolling, swiping, consuming other people's stories while you neglect your own. You watch the scoreboard wondering why you're not winning, but you never stepped onto the field. Listen, significance doesn't come from watching, it comes from acting. And that action can only arrive when you focus. Imagine driving a car, blind in the rearview mirror the entire time. Crash. That's how most live, driving their future while staring at yesterday, or worse, shifting sideways, comparing themselves to the car in the next lane, then wondering why they crash into walls. The only way forward is looking ahead. Fix your eyes on the road in front. Bury your energy into where you want to go, because what you focus on expands. And if you're real with yourself, you know this. Some of you have lived so long focused on just surviving, you've forgotten how to truly thrive. You've programmed your nervous system to brace for pain, to look for danger, to expect the worst. You are wired to hunt problems. No wonder you feel constantly drained, drowning in overwhelm. It's not life that's heavy. It's your focus that drags you down. Shift it, and the whole game flips. Stop bleeding energy into what you can't influence. Listen close. You're bleeding your life force when you obsess over what doesn't affect your future. Worrying about opinions, none of your business. Complaining about the government, unless you want to run for office, that's wasted breath. Obsessing over traffic, the weather, gossip, pointless. You're giving precious currency, your energy, to things you'll never change. That's like pouring water into a desert and wondering why you're still thirsty. Think, your life is an energy economy. Every day you make trades, deposits and withdrawals. Most of you are draining your energy account for garbage. You invest in resentment, outrage, envy, distraction, and at the end of the day, you wonder why you have nothing left. Nothing. You're bankrupt by choice. That's a harsh truth. You keep wiring your brain to spend its currency on emptiness. Stop. Stop giving your soul away to nonsense. Picture yourself carrying a backpack full of gold bricks. Everywhere you go, people want a piece. And instead of guarding your gold, you casually hand bricks to the troll on social media, to the coworker who gossips, to the stranger who cuts you off. Every reaction, every obsession, another brick gone. By week's end, you're broke. Isn't that tragic? Yet that's what many are doing, selling their energy for zero returns. Here's the breakthrough. Energy flows where? You steer it. And when you aim it deliberately, you become unstoppable. You can't steer the wind, but you can adjust your sails. You can't command the waves, but you can steer your ship. You can't calm the storm, but you can build the art. When you focus on what you can control, your state, your choices, your actions, you start compounding power instead of leaking it. You become a generator, not a consumer. A creator, not a victim. So I challenge you now, if you're tired of being stuck, take radical control of your focus and your energy. Draw a line in the sand. No more bleeding out. No more trading power for pity. No more giving away your gold. Treat your focus as sacred. Treat your energy as precious because it is. When you start protecting it, channeling it, everything starts shifting. Your relationships, your health, your finances, not because the world changed, but because you finally stopped scattering your power and began directing it. Focus is leverage. Energy is the ultimate currency. Master these two and nothing can stop you. Lose them and nothing can save you. So ask yourself, where will you point the lens? Where will you pour this gold? Where will you choose to send the most powerful force you own? Make no mistake, comparison kills. Your race is yours alone. Comparison doesn't roar in with a warning. It sneaks in quietly, dresses up as inspiration, and before you know it, it poisons your identity. You scroll, you compare your start to someone else's chapter 20 while you're still on chapter 2, and suddenly you feel behind, unworthy, small. Comparison doesn't push you forward. It paralyzes you. It whispers, you're not enough. It steals your joy. It blinds you to your own growth. Stop running someone else's race. Their pace is not your pace. Their path not yours. Their calling is not your calling. You were not put here to be a copy. You were born to create. And the moment you trade your authenticity for imitation, you trade away your power. Think about it. No one has your fingerprints. No one has your wiring, your voice, your story. That uniqueness, that is your edge. But each time you measure yourself against someone else's standard, you hand that edge away. That is a lion envying eagle wings. That's madness. The lion was born to rule the land, the eagle to command the skies, each in their own domain, unstoppable. The moment the lion envies the eagle, it forgets it is king. Comparison kills because it shifts focus from progress to perfection, and perfection is a myth. Behind compared to who? Behind compared to what? You are exactly where you need to be to learn what you need to learn to become who you're destined to become. Your setbacks, they're not punishments, they're your training ground. Your delays, they're not punishment, they're preparation. But if you stay busy comparing, you'll miss the lesson, you'll waste the prep. So today, kill comparison before it kills you. Change your identity. You're not a spectator, not a copy, not a shadow of someone else. You are the main event of your life. Step into your lane. Run your race with fire. The world doesn't need another imitation. It needs the raw, unfiltered, unapologetic version of you. That leads us to another truth. Your state creates your destiny. You may have all the strategy in the world, every plan, every book, every course. But if your state is weak, your future will be weak too. State matters. State is the fuel behind every decision, the power behind every move, the energy behind every word. Most try to build extraordinary lives from broken states. Depressed, anxious, drained, scattered. That's like trying to run a race with no fuel. Doesn't matter how great the car, without fuel, you're stuck. Your destiny isn't written by what's happening around you. It's written by your decisions, but your decisions are written by your state. In a peak state, you make bold choices. You act, you believe. But in a low state, you settle. You shrink. You say, maybe later. It's too hard. I'm not ready. You let fear steer. And with each fearful move, your destiny drifts farther away. State is the switch. And right now you can flip it. You don't need permission, perfect conditions, a green light. You need motion. Physiology first. Change your posture, change your breath, change your motion. Because emotion follows motion. Slumped shoulders, shallow breathing, blank face. Your brain reads depression, but stand tall, breathe deep, move with purpose. Your brain reads power. Don't believe me? Try it. Stand up, shake it out, jump, clap, roar. You can shift your state in seconds without waiting to feel it by creating it. But there's a trap. Most of you are waiting for life to give you a state, waiting for the perfect relationship to feel love, waiting for the perfect job to feel secure, waiting for the perfect opportunity to feel alive. That's backwards. You must generate the state first. Then you attract opportunities, forge relationships, pull energy, create results. Urgency. This matters now because time isn't guaranteed. You are acting like you have forever, but you don't. Life is fragile. The clock is running. And if you stay stuck in a broken state, if you keep comparing, postponing, leaking power, you're basically throwing away the only resource you'll never get back, time. You want to change your destiny? Stop waiting. Shift your state now. Stand up with certainty. Move with purpose. Speak with strength. Train your nervous system to default to power, not weakness. Make that who you are, not sometimes, when convenient, always. Because if you don't own your state, your environment will own it. And most environments don't have your best interests at heart. So here's your breakthrough. No more comparison. No more waiting. No more leaking your power. Command your state. Live it. Because combining these two truths, owning your lane and mastering your state, will rewrite your destiny. Run your race in your power with your fire. That's when you become unstoppable. That's when you stop surviving on circumstances and start building on purpose. That's when your destiny stops being random and becomes intentional. So I ask you, are you done comparing? Are you done letting your power drip away into empty states that dull you? Are you ready, truly ready, to rise, to own your race, to live every single day in a peak state? Because the clock is ticking. Your life is now, and nothing changes until you choose it. Choose, shift, run, live. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't pretend you're strong when you're on fumes. You can't keep sacrificing yourself for others' comfort. You can't light up the world if your fire is burned out. You've given so much of yourself. But true giving comes not from depletion, but overflow. When your cup is empty, your love becomes resentment. Your service becomes obligation. Your presence becomes hollow. Fill your cup, protect your energy as if it's oxygen. Train, fuel, rest, grow. Because when you rise, those around you rise too. The greatest gift you can give to the world is the most alive, most powerful, most undiluted version of you. So decide, no more giving from an empty cup, no more martyrdom. Rebuild, refuel, rise, fill your cup until it overflows. And when it does, pour out power that never runs dry. Cut the noise or stay a prisoner to distraction. Distraction, that's the chains around your potential. Every scroll, every meaningless talk, every toxic voice, you think it's harmless, but it drains your future little by little. Your focus is your freedom. Every distraction, theft. If you don't cut the noise will cut your life short of its power. Don't let that happen. Decide now. Protect your mind like a fortress. Delete the apps, walk away from gossip, step away from energy leeches. Say no to everything not aligned with your vision, because you can't live an extraordinary life when you're drowning in everyday noise. Cut it or be caged. Silence. The chaos. Seize clarity. Watch how fast your life accelerates when every ounce of focus belongs to your mission. Decide or drift. There is no middle ground. There is no middle ground. Indecision, that's death by hesitation. Every time you stall, every time you say someday, you hand your future away. There's no neutral. If you're not deciding, you're drifting. And drifting costs you years. You think waiting keeps you safe? It doesn't. It kills you slowly. Opportunities slip. Momentum fades. Fire dims. You must decide, because decision is power. Decision is clarity. Decision severs excuses and binds you to action. Stop playing safe. Stop circling the runway. Land the plane. Choose your path. Burn the boats behind you. Commit fully, because the life you want isn't waiting for your hesitation. Decide now or watch your potential rot. Your power is scattered. Gather it. Ignite. You've been leaking power like a cracked dam, obsessing over your past, worrying about what's ahead, splitting yourself across 1,000 meaningless things. No wonder you feel weak. You were diluted. Power wasn't lost. It was dispersed. But here's the breakthrough. When you bring it back together, when you concentrate it and unleash it like a laser, you become unstoppable. Stop handing out fragments of you. Call your energy home. Reclaim your attention, your time, your fire. When you gather your focus under one mission, one vision, one obsession, you become unstoppable. Scattered power is weakness. Focused power is domination. Gather it, ignite it. Watch your life go up in flames. Vision without obsession is a wish. A wish is fragile. A dream without obsession dies when resistance shows its face. That's why most people never get what they really want. They skim, they dabble, they try, they hope. Hope doesn't build empires, obsession does. Obsession, that's the fuel that keeps you moving when you're tired, when you're doubted, when you bleed. Obsession is the force that morphs a dream into destiny. Stop being sorry for wanting more. Stop watering down your hunger to make others comfortable. Own it, feed it, breathe it, live it, because without obsession, your vision dies in the land of excuses. But with obsession, nothing can stop you. Decide today, will you keep wishing or will you become obsessed enough to make it real? One decision and the old you dies and the new you is born. Identity shifts in a split second. Don't delude yourself that you need more time. What you need is courage. Courage to decide, courage to step into the unknown, courage to shed the old you so the true you can emerge. One decision, that's all it takes. Don't wait for someday. Don't wait for permission. Make the choice that burns the old story, ignites the next one. Do it now. Listen to me. Everything you heard today isn't theory, not entertainment, not soft ideas. This is life or death for your potential. Because here's the truth you've been hiding, diming your own light, pretending you're less than you are, drowning in comfort while your future shouts for courage. And that ends right now. I refuse to let you walk away from this moment as the person you were when you walked in, not because I care about how you feel in 5 minutes, because I care about who you become for the rest of your life. You can't walk back into mediocrity and expect fulfillment. You can't keep making excuses and expect greatness. You can't keep giving away your power and expect freedom. You get one shot, one, and the world doesn't owe you comfort. It doesn't owe you clarity. It doesn't owe you a path. You owe yourself devotion. Devotion to growth, devotion to truth, devotion to the version of you that refuses to settle. Your fear is no longer the driver. Your excuses aren't welcomed here anymore. The only thing that matters from this moment forward, that you rise, that you decide, that you claim the identity you've been running from, the leader, the creator, the force that's already inside you. So hear this, I'm not asking you to change. I'm demanding it. Not for me, for you, for your family, for your legacy. For the part of you that's been gasping under doubt and distraction. It's time to rip off the mask, time to stop hiding, time to stop waiting, time to live loud, to live bold, with fire, with focus, with absolute certainty that you are no longer average, that you are inevitable. This is your line in the sand. Rise now or stay small forever. The future won't wait, but your decision will define it. Decide, shift, run, live, don't, chase comfort, chase legacy.